welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Sonic Colors. I am pumped. I hope you guys are too. Oh, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Matt.
And
we just couldn't stay away from Sonic for too long, you know?
No, definitely not. And okay, so I do have a confession to make. All the 3 previous recordings, I had the wrong capture settings, and it really messed up with the recording. So I'm sure if you've watched the first 3 episodes, which if you have, wow, good job. But basically what I did was edited in the... So we have a backup, like a little behind the scenes. I'm recording my own stuff, and Matt's recording through the screen sharing thing. And his is a little bit lower frame rate, but all I did accidentally was I had the bit rate set to low. So if there's a lot of stuff going on the screen, the frame rate was high, but it was all pixelated. So I basically kind of just split the middle, and in parts that it was not looking good, I used low frame rate, and other spots I used high frame rate. Anyway, it was a long explanation. I'm sorry, it was my fault, but we should be good now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if we had all top-of-the-line technology across the board, maybe we could avoid issues like that. But otherwise, that stuff's going to happen. Yeah.
Should be good. I also got a capture card, so I got that going for me, too.
Yay for capture cards.
Woo. Okay, what is going on here? These are like enemies that don't die when I smack them. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because in case you fall, they want you to have those there to possibly get you back up.
Yeah. Okay, how do I use these? There we go. I forgot how to do that. There we go. Now I'm getting the hang of it again. It hasn't even been that long since the last recording. I already forgot how to do this. There we go. So, what have you been up to, Matt?
Work, church, and video games. That's
life.
Pretty much what it is every time.
It's a good way to go. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
That was a pretty big fall.
Yeah.
Good thing there's no fall damage.
Yeah. Sonic's legs have got him covered. What does this do? Let me see. Oh, that spawns the rings. Alright. Ouch. Okay. I'm gonna run out of power. Oh, okay, we're good. Now I can do this.
Might need to use that again now.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Almost there.
We're gonna hit a boss. Woo!
All right.
Looking good. This is going well.
Wow, even after losing all those rings, you still got an A.
I'm glad they're lenient. It makes me feel better. Dootin' on that trumpet.
Yeah.
I appreciate that he makes his robots musical.
At least some of them.
Yeah.
Eggman could be anywhere.
Indeed I could, but I'm right here behind this generator. That's it, Hedgehog. Stand there and be a nice little target.
Death laser incoming.
Is that you humming?
Sonic!
Oh! No, Tails! my gosh! I didn't know this game would be so violent. Oh, do I have to fight Tails?
He's my buddy now.
What have you done to him?
Me? I did nothing at all.
Oh, that'd be so cool if I have to fight him. I don't think I do,
That
but...
runs on alien energy counts is doing something to him. Does it? To get to me, you're going to have to go
Yes,
through
hitting
your
him with a
best
mind control beam does count as doing something to him.
This turned out much better than I could have hoped, and I only used a small prototype.
Enjoy it while you can.
Oh, I will. In fact, the only way to make this better would be to have you two fight.
Come on, Tails. Snap out of it, dude. You don't want to do this.
What the?
Tails, buddy, are you all right?
Where am I?
He fought off the mind
Why is my
control.
nose hair tingling?
Lousy, cheap alien energy. Huh? Ran out of juice.
Right. Blame the alien technology, not the fact that you're trying to make him do something you know he would never want to do.
The whole universe. In the meantime, enjoy the park. I'll leave you your own private tour guide.
Okay.
Pay up, Tails. I told
Man,
you. Evil.
I haven't even played Pokemon that much in a while, but the second I saw that thing, I just thought it looked like a whale lord.
I can see it now that you mentioned it. Yeah, I can see that, but I didn't think of it initially. I heard the new Pokemon has a lot of problems, but I haven't.
Yeah, I
played it.
mean, that's part of the issue with, like, you know, the constant drive to make games bigger nowadays.
Yeah.
Because, like, the bigger you make the game, the more opportunity there is for stuff to mess up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I feel like since they went 3D, they've been having kind of a hard time with it. Oops. At least that's what it seems like to me. I don't know. I think Nintendo's requiring more and more of Game Freak and not giving them the resources to do it. Although I don't know the ins and outs of everything, but it's just what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I know for sure either, but also, I mean, they're trying to not be so stale that all the games feel exactly the same.
Yeah. And come up with new Pokemon, which I can't even imagine how difficult that would be.
Yeah, new Pokemon, new regions.
Like, I mean, they have made every Pokemon that I can think of. They even literally have, like, chandeliers and chairs and stuff.
Literal piles of trash.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they're low on ideas. And I would be too. Did they do... I heard something about Daxit, like they take a bunch of Pokemon out of the Pokedex. I don't know if you know anything about that, but...
I don't know if that's actually the full explanation of that issue,
Okay.
or if that's just kind of like, you know, what people are calling, you know, the, like, fan backlash or outcry related to not having, like, you know, the full national dex with all the Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not super into what's going on, but heard something.
Because then it's like, hey, we know these Pokemon exist. Why don't you include them?
Yeah.
So it feels like, you know, similar to a Brexit situation that they're, like, intentionally removing things.
Right, yeah. Well,
I wonder, I wonder if exit is going to be like the new like hot topic suffix to use for things like that. Kind of like how you have gate for certain scandals and whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Sonic, did you give the guide your complaint?
Oh, I gave it to him pretty good.
Anyway, boss defeated.
Boss defeated. That was the longest boss, but definitely not the hardest. It was not too bad.
Well, we know Eggman.
Or actually, maybe it was the hardest because they've all been pretty easy.
Learn that one the hard way.
Do you know how Eggman is getting all these aliens?
Yeah. At first, I thought that Yacker was talking about how
Baldy nose hair.
herbs to do.
He is pretty gassy. Maybe the smell would
And
knock him out?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Something doesn't seem
Who
right
or
with
what
that.
is Yacker? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Then I made a tiny adjustment and realized he was saying
Yeah, see, so he's like
generators.
translating it, but
So,
not
no
getting
burps.
the fully accurate
a relief.
ones. I
Tell me
guess.
about it. So basically, Eggman is using five
Five
tractor beam generators
generators
to hold their planet in orbit while he scoops the
Dang.
aliens all up.
Hold a whole planet.
Well, it's tiny, but still, yeah.
Okay, fine. 5 generators? Well, I've already leveled 2.
So, if my math is correct, that leaves us 3 more of those bad
All right,
boys
there you
to
go.
take out.
Plot is
Nobody said there'd
fully
be
set
math,
up.
but I'm with you, buddy.
We should get moving. Yacker says the aliens don't have much time.
Yacker.
Once I start
So that must
moving,
be
I
accurate.
don't
Well,
need
alien
much
dude.
time.
yeah. At least that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Soon the mind control weapon will
I love
be
how
full of
Sonic
energy
like
cycle
encounters
from the
any
aliens.
numbers and is just like,
Sonic
oh man.
center of my interplanetary
I'm
theme
outta here.
park. Y'all reckon you'll
That's
find
my
Even
style.
even though it's like the most basic numbers possible.
Yes, I reckon I will.
Sonic, how many chili dogs do you
Your
want?
voice chip.
I don't count. I just want them all.
Got it right here, sir. Just need to install it. The thick bone's connected to the top bone. The top bone's connected to the mouth bone. There. Good as new.
Finally. I don't think anything could have been more annoying than that cowboy.
Oh, this is gonna be a bit where his accent changes. Yeah.
I'm begging your pardon, Squire, but me and my matey are gonna sail off and search for
pirate
that number
voice.
So now he's all piratey.
I think that's the wrong chip.
Really? Are you sure he doesn't normally speak in pirate?
On the bright side, he's much more exotic now.
Just go find him and fix that chip. Shortly, I will have no need for those idiots. In just a few hours, Sonic's world will be under my control. When it is, it will be the crown jewel of my amusement park. The greatest amusement park.
Greatest amusement park. That's his master plan.
I think I gloated so hard I pulled a
And all he has to do is like take control of a whole bunch of planets.
Yeah, it seems like you can make a super amazing amusement park without a planet. All right. Wow, all 3 are unlocked.
New stuff unlocked.
Let's see here. Let's go to... Oh, let's do Planet Wisp.
All right.
Let's see what this has to offer.
Might also be a good time to see what the Bible has to offer us today.
Oh yeah, nice segue.
All right. So, the verse that I've pulled up that is definitely not just completely random in any way. This one probably is going to need a little context explanation, but still an interesting one to try and discuss. From Philippians 1:21, we have Paul basically saying, "For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain." And that's the verse.
Nice.
Now there is most translations read pretty similarly with that, except for the NLT.
Okay.
New Living Translation decides to word it as, "For to me, living means living for Christ, and dying is even better."
Huh.
Which,
For the
I don't know, like, it seems clearer cut, but also, like, possibly saying more or reading more into the original words than what's actually meant to be there.
Right. Well, as I understand it, it's, we all want to live like Christ, but dying in the name of Christ is like the ultimate sacrifice. So if I'm understanding that right, that's kind of what that New Living Translation is hinting at or trying to emphasize. Being a martyr, basically.
Yeah, the main point of contention that I would have with the NLT translation of it there is that it makes it sound like dying is better than living.
Right, yeah.
Which, I mean, in context, yes, dying is a good thing in a way because, then you get to go to heaven and be with Jesus, assuming you're a believer.
Yeah.
And, you have that trust in Christ like that. But that doesn't necessarily make it better than, living on earth and helping to build God's kingdom.
That's true. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah. I guess context really matters in this case.
Yeah. So if you go to the original, or maybe not original, but if you go to the way that it's worded in most other translations where it just says to live is Christ and to die is gain, like, then it's pretty much just like saying that, if you're living, you're essentially, living as an example of Christ to other people. Yeah. So that's a good thing. But then, dying is also to the benefit of the believer because you can, then spend eternity in heaven.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Well, it is important to... Man, I'm having a lot of trouble with this level for some reason. Building the kingdom of God on earth is definitely important. It is difficult because we know that the whole world will never accept Jesus as Lord and Savior. I think we kind of know that, and it's stated in the Bible, but it is still... I pressed the wrong button. It's still important to, spread the word to as many people as we can. I don't know, this seems really unintuitive, this kind of section, for some reason.
Alright, well, level complete, so...
Jeez.
I would say hopefully you don't have to worry too much more about that, but I would guess that more levels in this kind of broader world are going to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little strange. I don't know if it's the controls that are tripping me up or what exactly. I personally just like the speeding along on the tracks, and the wisp stuff is just not my favorite.
Yeah.
This has a lot of that, so that's part of it.
It's like Pokemon. They're trying to, add new things to shake up the format.
I think I will probably like Frontiers better than this, but I still wanted to play this game for sure. There we go. Now we're getting some speed going on. Or not.
Right up until this section.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to add to that verse. Definitely an interesting one.
Yeah, I do wonder if maybe I should try and look up a couple of verses around it to give it some slight context.
Yeah, sure.
Just because it's like, I mean, not that the statement is completely lacking in sense otherwise, but I think it would, help shed some light on it a little bit. So, if we expand the verses out a little bit, starting with verse 20, Philippians 1:20, Paul's writing here, "For I fully expect and hope that I will never be ashamed." Oh, I should probably mention I'm reading this in the New Living Translation now.
Okay.
Anyway, "For I fully expect and hope that I will never be ashamed, but that I will continue to be bold for Christ, as I have been in the past. And I trust that my life will bring honor to Christ, whether I live or die. For to me, living means living for Christ, and dying is even better. But if I live, I can do more fruitful work for Christ, so I really don't know which is better.
See, there
I'm
you
torn
go.
between two desires. I long to go and be with Christ, which would be far better for me, but for your sakes, it is better that I continue to live."
Yeah, I spoke too
See,
soon, but yeah.
that practically explains itself then.
Exactly.
Rather than leaving you wondering what he means by it.
Yeah, that provided all the context you need, yeah. It's just being torn between, man, I really wish I could be in heaven.
But also it's like, man, I'm doing a lot of good work for God here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some good context, yeah. And some more context about Paul, because I am in my personal time reading around this same section. Paul was originally Saul, and he actually persecuted Christians before he became a Christian himself through revelations from God. But that's always nice to keep in mind when reading anything from him, is he was persecuting Christians before anything. So yeah, I don't know. And then he be totally transformed. So no matter what kind of person you are, you can be reborn as a Christian and turn your entire life around. I hate these drifting parts. I can never get it right.
Yeah, and so like going back to you know Paul's example and situation, like not only was he persecuting Christians, basically like sending them to prison and or actually being responsible for their executions, before he was called Paul. But like then when he changed, it got to the point where he was actually so bold in his faith and the cause of Christ that he himself was getting thrown into prison. And ultimately, I don't know if you call this a spoiler alert, because it's a 2,000-year-old book roughly, but eventually he kind of winds up dying for the cause due to his various imprisonments.
Dude!
I know.
Spoiled the whole ending. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's yeah.
But it's interesting in almost like a wow, that's crazy sort of extent.
It is crazy, yeah.
Realizing just the massive change that he had in that regard.
It really is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful in that section. Lots of different ways to fall.
I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I definitely have to smash this.
Yeah, that part seems pretty obvious.
Okay, I just wasted a bunch of time. And then I can't go down that way, so I have to do this. Maybe I'll go down here. Yeah, that seems a little better. Okay, yeah.
And that changes over, and then probably do that there. Maybe use it, yeah. Just keep using it to break more of those blocks.
Okay.
At least that's my guess.
Yeah, this makes more sense. I'm actually gonna leave that as blocks. Nope. Ran out. It's okay. Ooh, there we go. Hey! Got it. First try. No problem.
Totally. But with that, I think it might be about time to wrap things up.
All right. Thank you all for watching, and we will come back with more Sonic Colors.
Might be another game in between, who knows, but, you know.
Yeah.
Until next time, yeah. Hope you all stay good, and,
have a good day, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're watching. And
week, month, year.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.